Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video of some diecast goodness. And today I've got some pretty cool things to show you. This is part of a box that I got from Kay and Jeff. Thank you guys very much. This is basically sort of a trade box. Anyway, long story longer, they are on my Championdjk's used little car lot, and they buy stuff from there every once in a while. And anyway, so instead of just paying me for some of the cars, we just decided to go ahead and do a trade, and it's pretty awesome. So this is just part of the box. The other part of the box I'm going to show in the Diecast Weekly episode this week. But I thought this stuff warranted its own video. So we got kind of this old dirty car case here with some old cars in it. And what are they? They are all Tomica. They're Tomica pocket cars. And these are really, really cool. I've done a couple of videos on pocket cars before. I showcased my buddy Todd's collection at one point in time and all of that. But we're just going to go through these kind of one by one together here and just kind of take a look at what we got in this box. Just some interesting pieces in here. Some of these are you know, a little worn, play worn and stuff like that, but that's okay. These cars aren't super easy to come by. They're just not as common as finding some older Hot Wheels or Matchbox, simply because it's Tomica. These are only in the U.S. for a short period of time. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. The first thing we got is this Mercedes-Benz 450 SL, made in Japan. Really cool. So, as Tomica is known for, the suspension on this is great. They still got those classic wheels. They still use those today. And then we got an opening door feature. And I did not bother like cleaning these up or doing anything like that. Like, you could definitely clean these up and they might present a little bit better. But these are just all as they were found. So pretty cool. Look at that thing. Red interior. These are all, I think, metal body, metal base. At least the majority of them are. And there's actually, no, never mind. There's only one example of this car. There's another blue car in here. I thought it was the same one, but it's not. All right, so there you go. There's a Mercedes. Let me know what you guys think about these Tomica pocket cars. I would love to get a bunch of mint examples of these, and some of these are in pretty good shape. This one's in pretty good shape. Check that out. Look at that. Same wheels, suspension, opening doors, and it's just labeled as a Cadillac in 1/77 scale. So they put the scale on the base too. I believe these were actually popular with people that like to do the model train stuff, because I think they were closer to scale for that kind of stuff. At least some of them were. Like this one's in 1/77 scale, so it's not too far off, I think, from like HO scale. And really cool little Cadillac there. Very neat. Metal body, metal base, of course. Made in Japan. The suspension. Very, very awesome. So there's those two. And then sticking with blue cars here for a minute. Look at, we got a Lincoln, right? Our Ford Continental Mark IV. Look at that cool thing. It's got something floating around in there. Opening doors. And some of these might be cool eventually at some point in time to restore. That would be kind of fun to maybe restore a vehicle or two. They're just cool. They got a different character than the old Hot Wheels or old Matchbox. Copyright date 1976. Made in Japan. They got casting numbers. So this is F4, and the F standard for like foreign market. This is F2. This one should be an F as well. So if it's not a Japanese car, it's going to have an F there. Pretty cool. Look at that guy. Should probably keep her moving here because we got a lot to look at. This whole case is full. This thing's pretty sweet. I actually had one of these in my collection that was in pretty much mint condition, except for it was missing that front piece right here. It's a Toyota Landcruiser. See, this one's number 2. It doesn't have the F. Made in Japan. Still got suspension. I think I sent mine to Heavy Metal 164. So, hey, bud, actually, if you still have yours, maybe, you know, I could donate this front piece to you and make yours whole. Maybe we'd have to do that. Because his is in, the one I sent him is in, like, actually pretty much mint condition. I don't think there's a flea bite on it. But this is cool. This is a cool casting. Again, with the suspension. This Tomica stuff just has some neat things to it. Here's an interesting one. This guy. This is more like Matchbox-ish. Made in Japan. The Hitachi Dump. Number 59. It's in 1/117th scale. You got some dualies on the back. No suspension on this one. This one does have a plastic base right here. Movable part. Some articulation there. Kind of cool looking wheels. Construction tires. What's the copyright date on this thing? Is there a copyright date down here? If there is, I don't see it anywhere. But these are definitely old. They're from like late 70s. Here's an interesting one. This one actually has a plastic base too. Suspension, opening doors, red interior. This one is the Mustang II Gia. It's in 163 scale. It is F38. Copyright date 1978. Tomy, made in Japan. Look at that thing. Just love the suspension. It's kind of interesting too, for as rough as these cars are and they've been played with, the chrome on the wheels is in really good shape, which usually, like if you find like old Matchbox, old Hot Wheels or anything like that, like the chrome on the wheels is like the first thing to get like rubbed off. So it's kind of interesting that this, whatever they used to apply that chrome look to these wheels, it's actually stood the test of time quite well, which is really cool. That would actually make restoring these probably a little bit easier too, but who knows, maybe I'd wheel swap it if I restored them anyway. It would be kind of neat to do some wheel swaps on some old Tomica pieces. I've got a few in my collection from prior to this, and they're all just, I don't know, kind of neat castings. Here's another one with some articulation. This one does have a metal base. It's a Nissan Cabal. It's in 1/68 scale, so this would be a small truck. And it's got, oop, that came right out, but it would go right back in. That's supposed to stop right there, but it's like a bucket truck. Articulates, moves around, all that good stuff. Kind of interesting little casting. It's got suspension in the back. It doesn't feel like it has any in the front. That's cool. Definitely interesting. Digging it. And we gotta keep on moving here. This is like a little Jeep thingy. I don't think this is actually a Jeep. No, it's a Mitsubishi HJ58. It's in 157 scale. Number 25 lineup. The other thing I've noticed about these is the bases seem to be pretty shiny on a lot of these too. Just looking at some of the other ones, not too much toning going on. So it looks like they made quite quality parts and paint and stuff like that. Yeah, the paint's chipped up, but they've definitely been played with. This thing is missing the little front windshield thing that would flip up and flip down. This is very, very close to a Jeep like CJ, so really, really close to that. Mitsubishi, I'm sure, probably ripped off Jeep back in the day for that design, but and there it is. And then let's see here. Next up, we got this guy. Got a rumble seat back there. So what is this? This is Packard Coupe Roadster F52 172 scale. It's got a plastic top, metal body, metal base, plastic pieces up front. Chrome didn't fare very well on that, but still intact on the wheels. It's got suspension. Pretty darn cool. It's a neat one to add. I'm going to kind of, I've always have, whenever I find like old Tomica cars, I always pick them up if they were cheap. Rolls-Royce Phantom 6. I would like to get some more mint examples, but these will be just cool for now because, like I said, these aren't super easy to come by. Really cool. Big car. Ooh, and there is another one of these in here. This one's in really good shape. Look at that one. The chrome on the front there, that's in really good shape. Super cool. So the sizing's a little weird because they obviously jump around in scale quite a bit. I would say more than Hot Wheels does. But they're just cool. They're a little bit more realistic looking for a vintage diecast car. Look at this thing. This is going to be obviously one of my faves in here. Lamborghini Countach. This is an opening feature with a motor back there. I do have an example of this vehicle. It's in black, the one I have. F50. It's a Countach LP500S. This one has a plastic base. Gold wheels. Suspension. That's super cool. Look at that Countach. That's really neat. What scale do they say this is in? 161 scale. So it's actually big. Interesting. It looks pretty small. Super cool. Super cool. Alright, let's see here. Now I'm down to the bottom tray. There's one extra one in here, so there's a little bit more than 12 more cars, 13 more cars to go through here. And we'll start with that one right there. Look at that beauty. So this is the other style of wheel that was common for them. And this one doesn't look like the chrome held onto these two as well. But here you go. Mazda Savannah RX-7 160th scale was number 50 in the lineup. It's got opening doors. It's metal body, metal base. Pretty decent looking tooling. And I think there was two. Yeah, there's two of them in here. Here's another one. This one's not in quite as good shape. So this one might be a cool one to do a custom with. I kind of really tempted to. I want to get back into customizing. My big hang up right now is painting. I live in Wisconsin, if you guys did not already know, and it's pretty much winter a lot of the time here, so I need to figure out an airbrush situation and something paint boothy that I can do indoors, where my wife's not going to freak out about the fumes and all that stuff. So an airbrush, I think, is going to be the way to go. It's a bit of an investment and startup that I'm just not ready to take the jump yet into that. Plus, you have to get so much stuff to just start getting into airbrushing. I want to do it, but until then, I'm kind of stuck not really being able to do customs. All right, here's another one. This is a 200SX, Datsun, Nissan Silvia, 161 scale. Again, with the opening doors. Most of their castings had opening doors, as you can tell by now. Kind of cool. This one's in somewhat rough shape. It's a decent little example of the casting. This one actually had lensed detail for the taillights. One of them is broken in there. And also like some sort of insert for the headlights as well. That's actually a plastic piece. So that is pretty cool. Really neat. It's just kind of a little piece of diecast history, having examples of all these castings. Here is another one. This is the Fiat 11.9 XI9 F28 159 scale. It looks like a Fiero. Does it not? Doesn't look like a Pontiac Fiero. Did Fiero steal this from Fiat? Did Pontiac steal this from Fiat? This one's got a wheel that's in pretty rough shape. It's painted this weird peach color. It's kind of an interesting one, though. This one has a separate piece up front for like the bumper. The back metal part is part of the base. Bumper sticks out like crazy. Look at that in the front like that. It's kind of a weird little car. I bet you it did have suspension, but it seems like it's worn out. And the wheels are in rough shape. It's kind of a neat one. That'd be a cool custom candidate as well. Let's see here. We got another RX-7. This casting is a little bit different. This is the Mazda Savannah RX-7 Racing in 1/60th scale, number 74. This one has a plastic base. Little rotary up there in front. Wankle. Opening doors. Suspension. A little bit of a fender flares added on there. It's kind of cool. I think I actually have one example of this car already. I think I might somewhere. I kind of have to dig in and find all my old Tomicas and kind of put them together. They're kind of spread out by brand and stuff like that, or by makeup car in some cases. This is a Porsche. I already have this one too. I believe I have an example of this casting. Again, opening doors. This one has a plastic base. It is 161 scale Porsche 911S. Tomy, made in Japan. Pretty cool car. Those are stickers on the side there, on the door. Would love to get one of these in mint condition as well. That would be really cool. And another one that would be really cool to get in mint condition is this guy right here. Look at this. It's a Ferrari. Ferrari BB 512. So they just put out this car in Tomica Limited Vintage. There you go. Opens back there. It's got suspension. It's in a little bit of rough shape, but again, pretty cool example of this car. It's a Ferrari. It's super cool. F57. It's in 162 scale. Probably matches up really close to the Tomica Premium car that they put out of this. And definitely pretty neat. There's that one. Ooh, then we got another Porsche. This is really cool. This is a Porsche 930 Turbo, 161 scale, copyright date 1979. This one does have a plastic base. It's got kind of like inserts for the headlights. Actually, now that I look at it, I think the other Porsche did too. Yeah, there it is. It's kind of cool, like chromed headlights. Of course, opening doors. Very cool. So yeah, I would love to find these in like minty shape. I just know they can be expensive if you're like searching eBay for these Tomica pocket cars. But they are very cool. Here's a Supra. I think this is a Celica Supra. 1978, number 33. Where's the scaling? I don't see it on this one. Look at that. It's a cool car. This is a sticker. Opening doors. This one rolls really well still. Pretty neat. Alright, and then we get this guy. Look at this. Little Honda. Yeah, a little Honda Civic. Made in Japan, 157 scale, number 83 in the lineup, copyright date 1974, metal base, metal body, gold wheels, suspension, sticker on the side, opening doors. And look at this guy. Again, it's in some rough shape, but it is definitely pretty cool. Definitely a cool tooling. Plastic bit for the bumper, both bumpers indeed, and tan interior. And again, that gold chrome on the wheels has just stood the test of time. It's very interesting to me that the whole car is kind of rough, and then the wheels are, they got definitely play wear. Look how worn they are on the bottom, but the chrome has stayed intact. Very interesting. And then we got a Corvette. Look at this. Again, it's seen better days, but still very cool. That's a sticker on the side there. Other than that, it's like graphic, and it's got opening doors. It's Corvette Stingray. This one has a plastic base. Chevy Corvette, made in Japan. 164 scale. 1977 copyright date. Again, dirty, but very, very cool. And then we have two more to look at. We've got this one here, a BMW. Awesome. Opening doors. .320i, made in Japan, number 43, F43, 162 scale, and kind of a cool tooling as well. And it looks like, it's got like what was supposed to look like a little Bimmer logo up in the hood region there. Plastic insert for the front. Bumpers are part of the base, kind of a tannish interior. Kind of a weird maroon color, and pretty neat casting. I imagine if you found this one mint condition, I bet you this one would be kind of pricey. I wouldn't doubt it. And then lastly, there you go, Fairlady Z. Very, very cool. Again, this is one I would definitely love to have in a mint condition. Very, very cool. Nissan Fairlady 240ZG. It's got the G-nose. It is 1/60th scale, number 58, metal base, metal body. Lens detail for the headlights. Opening doors. Kind of a neat little racing graphic on it. And definitely pretty cool. So that's going to be it for this video. So kind of a long one. We stretched her out to 24 minutes just looking at these cars. So, but really basically that's 1 minute a car, and really, really cool. My favorites are, I love the Countach. I love the Nissan. The Porsches are always cool. It's always cool to get some Porsches. You guys know I collect those. The Ferrari is really cool. I mean, all these kind of have a cool thing about them. The Cadillac is actually really, really neat. That is pretty sweet. It might be the car that's actually in the best condition out of this whole lot. This is the Cadillac. This Fiat's pretty neat. And yeah, they're all pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think about these pocket cars. If anybody has any mint examples of these and they want to trade them or sell them to me, I would appreciate you giving me a shot, because I'd probably be into them. And that's going to be it for this video. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thank you, Jeff and Kay, for sending these cars to me. I really do appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your day.